here in New Jersey, and it seems like I like to make most of my videos on Saturday. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Wanted to share a little bit more about my collecting, some of the things that I collect. As you guys know, of course, is comic books. In 2014, for the first time, I submitted books from my collection to third-party facilitators to get autographed. And so I have been getting books signed also by myself going to cons. Sometimes I've gotten them graded, sometimes I haven't. So here at my channel, mostly, I talk about comic books and stuff like that. But today I wanted to just show off some other autographed memorabilia that I've accumulated. So again, comics is my primary focus as of late. This is one of the pieces I got done in 2015, Amazing Spider-Man 300, signed by Todd McFarlane, Stan Lee, and Dave Michelinie. Has a 9.8 with white pages. And I bought this book many, many years ago when I was living in Long Island. I paid like $45 for it, and last year I decided to get it signed and add it to my collection in a slab format. I'm very happy. It's one of my favorite pieces. But again, before comic books, I collected other things, autographed memorabilia-wise, just things that I've liked. I collected a lot of trading cards as a kid. And at that time, it was just trading cards. But now, occasionally I'll pick up some things that might be autographed and already authenticated. Or, a lot of days, nowadays, so many cards are coming flying out of packs with autographs. But never seems like the players you want, you get. One of the first pieces that I was given as a kid by my dad through his line of work was a Yogi Berra signed baseball. Hard to see with the glare there. And rest in peace, Yogi Berra. But this was one of the first autographed pieces that I had in my collection, and it means a lot to me. One, because my dad gave it to me, and two, because Yogi Berra was one of the all-time greats. When I was a kid, though, I didn't have the sense that I have now with collecting, where I'm anal about bag and board and everything, and making sure stuff is properly encased. So this ball here, it's a little beat up, but still, I don't plan on selling it. It's just one of the things in my collection that I love. So again, trading cards were other things that I enjoyed collecting. Nowadays, I don't collect cards too much. When I do, I'm just attacking specific cards. I don't try to put together sets and stuff like that. And I'm a big boxing fan. So in 2011, Topps Allen and Ginter cards started putting Manny Pacquiao cards in the pack, and these are like regarded as his rookie cards by some people because it's the first time that he was featured in a mainstream trading card, but he was boxing way before 2011. So I picked up the first one in 2011, and then I picked up the second one when he was going to fight, leading up to the fight with Floyd Mayweather. My hope was that if Manny won, I'd sell one of the cards and make a little money, but he lost, and the fight itself ended up being a huge waste. It was billed to be the fight of the century, and it was anything but that. But I still got love for the Pac-Man. So Allen and Ginter put other cards in packs as well that you could pull straight autographs. These were autographed by somebody after the fact and then authenticated through PSA DNA. But what they were also doing was taking old school, if you guys remember, mini cards from back in the day in the early 1900s when these were put inside cigarette packs to help keep them straight. These were kind of the first go of baseball cards. And so Allen and Ginter kind of started to replicate these, and they were making framed minis, and you could pull signatures out of packs like this one here, which is Irish Mickey Ward. If you guys saw the movie The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg, it was based on this boxer right here, Mickey Ward. This is from 2011. So, again, these weren't pulled out of packs like that with autographs. Someone did that and then submitted them or got them done at a signing, something like that. That same year also, 2011, Stan the Man Lee got his own trading card in Allen and Ginter. And that's one of the reasons why I love Allen and Ginter cards, because they don't just have baseball. They've got a little bit of everything. They've got Olympic gold medalists. They've got boxers. They've got people who are involved in the comic book industry like Stan Lee. And you see it signed there. And then it was authenticated through PSA DNA. So this is one of my favorite cards. What it says on the back, it says, perhaps the most iconic figure in the history of his industry. Stan Lee is the co-creator of such classic comics as Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man. His revolutionary writing style, complex characterizations, and overall innovation in the genre helped make Marvel Comics, of which he became president and chairman, a thriving multimedia corporation. So Stan Lee stands the man in my book. So those are some of the trading cards that I have. But as someone who grew up in the 80s and the early 90s, I loved Nintendo as a kid. It was the first console game system that I have, and I have fond memories playing. One of the things I loved as a Nintendo fan was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. That was my jam as a kid. And I got my hands on a photo still from the actual game there. You see Tyson in the middle of the ring and Mario as the referee, and it's signed by the champ himself, Mike Tyson. And again, authenticated through PSA DNA. So this is one of the pieces that I'm very happy to have because, again, I have vivid memories as a kid playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Bald Bull, King Hippo, and getting knocked out by Tyson, who had a mean hook. And so, again, one of the other interests I have, I've always loved comedy. I'm a big fan of Don Rickles, one of the legends in the comedy world, still alive today, still performing to this day, from way back when he was doing his thing with Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby and, Dean Martin and those guys. So this is a photo of Don Rickles from the movie set of Casino with Robert De Niro. And if you look close, above Don's head, you can see that it was autographed and also authenticated by PSA DNA. So yeah, I always try to make sure that when I'm getting something, that there's legitimacy to the signature. I always check out the numbers on the PSA website to make sure that they're registered and that someone just didn't put it on their own, because you could search and pull up, things that are in their database. So all of these are legit. And so another piece that I've always, I never really got too much into comic books as a kid. Action figures as a kid. Comic books, yes, but like action figures, I didn't collect that too much. I love Muscle Men, as you can see up here on the top. I've got like almost all of them, but with the exception of that, I don't really do action figures. But a few years ago, I picked this up off the Mirage Studios website. It's a Fugitoid. Mirage, the original home of the Turtles, and he ended up having his own one shot in 1986 or 85, I forget, 86 I think. It was an oversized book, The Fugitoid, and it's about Professor Honeycomb, who is doing work for this like evil type of a government, and he ends up this robot of his. And him end up getting struck by lightning while he's trying to get away from these people who are chasing him. The body dies, the mind of Professor Honeycomb ends up going into the Fugitoid, and then after that one shot, they tied him into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 5 from the original run. And so we saw a little bit of him there. But when I bought this, I bought 2 of them. They came from Mirage Studios, signed by co-creator of the Turtles, Peter Laird, with a nice little cool sketch. And so I've got another one over here. And last but not least, one of the things I've been fortunate enough to acquire in my collecting as far as autographs are concerned is I also got my hands on a president's signature. This is an authentic signature from George W. Bush, mailed directly from George W. Bush, or his people, I guess you could say. And so, despite of what people might think of the man, it's still pretty cool to have a president's signature in your collection. And I've got it bagged and boarded. And so, just as just me showing you guys some of the other things that I like to collect, some of the other things that I've been able to, get autographed in my modest collection. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to check out the contest that I'm doing right now. There's another video, if you search in my videos, called Contest Time. Very simple. Make an entry where you, show off comic books from 2 different rivalries within comics that you've always liked. Maybe Superman and, Doomsday, or, the Punisher and Jigsaw, Spider-Man and Venom, you know, any rivalry that you've always liked, and then pick 2 of them and make a video. But check out the details in the video that I made, contest time, so that you know all the rules and whatnot. And some people have entered already. Thank you for that. And the contest goes until February 20th. And if not later today, probably tomorrow, I will do another video on some books I picked up recently. Going to do another haul video, so please check back later for that. And I hope that you guys have a good weekend. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys down the line.